I'm Rachel Levy, the Executive Director of the Jewish Federation of Eastern Connecticut. I began serving in this role on June 1st, and I have loved having the opportunity to meet many of you across the region, from Willimantic and Colchester to Mystic and Westerly, and many of the parts in between. I would like to take this opportunity to share my 6 core priorities for the year. Number 1, supporting our seniors. 2, teaching tolerance. 3, engaging our youth. 4, fighting food insecurity. 5, global engagement with Israel, and we are off to a great start having Uma and Omer, our new emissaries who moved here this month from Israel. And finally, Jewish arts and culture. As I begin this new year with all of you as the leader of the Jewish Federation, I would love to hear from you. What are your hopes and dreams for the new year? How can we better serve you? Are there ways in which you would like to get involved to help others? I'm very excited to be serving in this role. However, I cannot fulfill our mission of our core priorities without our support from our community. Please remember during these days of awe that teshuvah, tefillah, and tzedakah are the core values of the Holy Day season. Repentance, prayer, and charity. Our operators are standing by. On behalf of Jewish Federation of Eastern Connecticut, may we have a sweet and healthy new year.
Shalom. I am Rav Julius Rabinowitz of Beth Jacob Synagogue in Norwich. As we gather in person and online, we will enter the new Jewish year of 5783 together. Who will we become during these times, individually and communally? Each of us have had breakthroughs and disappointments. The Yamim Noraim, the days of awe, ask us to face the truth of our circumstance, to strengthen communal bonds, to live in solidarity with all beings, and to explore for the long haul the connections and tools for resiliency. Shana Tova, may you have a sweet new year.
Hi everyone, it's Rabbi Kennel, the Congregation of Avrahim. I want to wish you a happy new year to all our friends and family. I wanted to tell you about a parable from the famous Baal Shem Tov. A king had one son, the apple of his eye. The king wanted his son to master different fields of knowledge and to experience various cultures. So he sent him to a far-off country with a generous quantity of gold and silver. Far away from home, the son squandered all the money until he was left completely destitute. In his distress, he resolved to return to his father's house, and after difficulty he managed to arrive at the gate of the courtyard. In the passage of time, he had actually forgotten the language of his country, and he was unable to identify himself to the guards. In utter despair, he began to cry out with a loud voice, and the king, who recognized the voice of his son, went out to him and brought him into the house, kissing him. The meaning of the parable: the king is God. The prince is the Jewish people who are called children of God. The king sends a soul down to this world in order to fulfill the Torah and mitzvot. However, the soul becomes very distant and forgets everything to which it was accustomed to, and in the long exile it forgets even its own language. So it utters a simple cry to its Father in heaven. This is the blowing of the shofar, a cry from deep within, expressing regret from the past and determination of the future. This cry elicits God's mercy, and he demonstrates his abiding affection for his children and forgives them.
From me, Rav Jeremy, and the whole Temple B'nai Israel community, I send wishes to our whole Federation community of Shana Tova U'Mtuka, a good and sweet new year, a year in which the shofar wakes us up to the divine call to love, both in our personal lives and in our life as a society together. Shana Tova.
Hi, it's Rabbi Sternberg of Congregation Avas Chesed and Director of Chabad of Eastern Connecticut, wishing each and every one of you a very happy new year. Question is begged: what makes this year a new year? Why do we say Happy New Year? Indeed, every year is new, every year is unique, but sometimes one has to search to find what makes it different than the previous year. This coming year, it's quite obvious. Traditionally, this coming year is a year of Hakel. Once every 7 years, the Jewish people gather together in the Holy Temple to reenact the events of Sinai. What does it mean in practical terms? That this year, which is a year of Hakel, each and every one of us should look for opportunities to bring people together. To do what? To strengthen our commitment to Torah and mitzvahs. May God grant each and every one of us a ksiva v'chsima tova, to be inscribed and sealed for a good year, a happy and healthy and prosperous good year. And may we have the ultimate ingathering of the exiles with the coming of the righteous Mashiach speedily in our days.
We welcome in the Jewish New Year 5783. Its Hebrew equivalent in letters is Tafshin Pei Gimel. And when we realign those letters into a meaningful word, it is the invitation and hope of the year to come, Tipagesh, that we should all be able to meet with our family and friends around our High Holy Day tables, to share in the celebratory foods of life, to share stories of past and present, to join together in our own individual synagogues to reconnect with our own personal selves. That is our wish for you on behalf of the year and behalf of the congregational Bethel family.
Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. What's going to be sweet for you this Rosh Hashanah?
Sweet for me this Rosh Hashanah is hearing all our voices rising in song.
Sweet for me is going to be having tashlich and then break the fast after Yom Kippur at the beach.
Sweet for me is going to be hybrid services, in person and on Zoom.
Yeah, sweet for me is going to be seeing so many of our extended family over the High Holy Days.
So from our family to yours,
have a happy,
healthy,
sweet New Year. L'shana tova u'mituka.